Welcome to another program of Real Talk. I'm your host, Iqbal Bhana. I hope that the past programs that you've seen have been very informative and something that allows you to think about issues that are confronting our community, the Muslim community across this country. Every week we try and bring people here who can share some of the knowledge, their experience, and what it is like to be a Muslim working and living in this country as well. Today, and I know I say this, every one of my guests is special and unique, but I'm sure when I introduce my guest for tonight, you will really believe that this person is genuinely unique. Today, I have somebody that I'm really proud of having with me today. He's Ahmed Amjad Ali Saab, who is the Consul General of Pakistan. He is the second or third most senior diplomat of the country of Pakistan in the UK. And he's a man that I recently met about 2 years ago, a man that I have come to really admire, and I'm really enamored by the work that he's been doing. Over the years, I've heard of and met several Consul Generals who've come to this part of the world, but no one, in my opinion, has done what he has done in the last year and a half since his appointment as Consul General for the Bradford office that is based in Bradford. So brothers and sisters, I'm deeply honored to introduce to you Ahmed Amjad Ali Saab, the Consul General of Pakistan, who has very kindly agreed to be here today. And it's taken me a few weeks, but I finally managed to pin him down. He's a very busy man. As a diplomat, I'm sure you understand, he leads a very busy life. But I'm really glad, Huzur, कि आपने हमें थोड़ा सा मौका दिया. Thank you for coming here tonight. And I'm sure our viewers will be looking forward to listening to what you have to say, your experiences, your knowledge, your work in this area. So welcome on behalf of IQRA TV to our program Real Talk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum to all viewers. Thank you very much, Iqbal Bhana Saab, for inviting me and giving me this opportunity that I can talk about what Pakistan Consulate in this region is doing, what we are doing for the community and what we are doing for the countries, that is Pakistan and United Kingdom. And it's an honor for me to be representative of our government of Pakistan, and where we can do our bit in improving the relations between the two countries and improving the lives of our people. So it's a real honor for me to be here, and I'm open to you, to all questions, either in English, Urdu, whatever you want.
Well, yes, I mean, we had a caller last week who said that, kabhi kabhi Urdu mein bhi baat kiya karo. My only problem with Urdu is that I, by ethnicity, I'm a Gujarati, but I was born in Africa, so I would not claim that my Gujarati is good. I would not claim any language is good as far as I'm concerned. And mujhe is baar ka dar hai ki if I speak in Urdu, and every lafz pe Urdu ka janaza niklega. I have a tremendous amount of respect for Urdu. Urdu with the French language, in my opinion, are the two most beautiful languages in this world, and I have a lot of respect. To my eternal shame, when I was young, obviously when we went to madrasa, all our kitabs were in Urdu, so I could read and write Urdu. But over the years, because I've not kept practicing it, I've lost that skill, unfortunately. But I'll try and speak a little bit of Urdu, and I beg you, if I make any mistakes, please, Allah ke waste mujhe maaf karna, because then I'll never be able to do it again. So Huzur, thank you for coming. Obviously, you have a very important role to play. You represent the country of Pakistan, a huge Commonwealth country that we have very strong ties with. We have extremely strong relationship with. How long have you been here now in this post?
It's almost about 1.5 years.
Right.
Not full 1.5 years, but a few days less. But I think it's a very challenging post here. The area which I cover in my jurisdiction is quite large, starting from the Scotland border down till whole of Yorkshire, Northumbria, Tyne Valley. So it's a huge area.
How far south do you go?
We go till
do you have an office
south,
in Birmingham?
Yeah, we go till South Yorkshire,
Achha.
Sheffield, Rotherham, wo border
Right.
pe. We have 4 consulates, one in Bradford, which looks after northeast of England. The other one in Manchester looks after northwest England. Then we have a consulate in Glasgow, जो Scotland and Northern Ireland को cover करता है. Then this consulate in Birmingham looks after Midlands and Wales.
Right.
Or South ka ilaka, chunke High Commission is there, so mostly consular jurisdiction South mein wo hai, but High Commission is overall our headquarters to say Pakistan ke, and High Commissioner is our overall in charge of United Kingdom.
He's the most senior diplomat.
He's the most senior diplomat.
Obviously, and then you are next level down.
And then we are Consul Generals and Consuls.
Yes. So as Consul General, you are the country's official representative for the northeast, as you say, region of England. And as part of that work, I mean, other than consular services, where people can come there and apply for passports or whatever it is, what other services do you offer the citizens of Pakistan?
Like as a diplomat, our foremost job is to build relations between our host country, that is Pakistan, and the country where we are serving. This means United Kingdom. So that's our foremost, number one, I would say, the job description. Uske baad, the promotion of our cultural ties, trade ties, economic ties, people-to-people contact. These are the things which we are bound to do these things. And then comes the consular services. Our consular services may be, number one is our community. Like in England, since we have dual nationality agreement with the United Kingdom, so mostly people have dual nationalities and they can have Pakistani passports and British passports as well. So that community in my area is almost about very near to 400,000.
Yeah, you cover one of the largest Pakistani communities in the UK.
If we see ratio-wise, like Bradford, I think Bradford is number one ratio-wise as the ethnic minority in whole of UK. Almost about 30% of community is from Pakistan or from Kashmir. So that is a major chunk here. Uske alawa bhi agar baat kare hum to consular services में भी it's a range. We issue ID cards here, we issue passports here, emergency travel documents, looking after our people who are in jail. That's also one of our responsibility. Visas to people who are going back to see their families, or business visas, visit visas, official visas. So it's a whole range of consular activities.
Normal consular services.
Normal consular services which we provide. And ever since I've come, we've also tried, we had surgeries held in different cities. So they were stopped for some time. But Alhamdulillah, I can say that from, I came in August 2016. From October 2016, we started surgeries again. So every month, 2 or 3 cities in our jurisdiction on Saturdays. We go out and we have full day of provision of consular services. Usme bhi
so people don't have to travel far.
People don't have to travel far.
Yes.
And almost average 150 to 200 people we serve during those surgeries. Every second Saturday we are open in Bradford in the office, and this is for those people who cannot come on working days, their children, some professionals for whom it's difficult to come during working days. So for them we have service on Saturday. So practically we are working 6 days a week.
So this is something that you've started since you came in. It was a practice which was stopped.
It was stopped, but now our other missions, they are also following this. But I can tell you that Bradford, apart from other consulates, I think on surgeries we have done maximum number of facilitations for our public.
How do you find, I mean, the Pakistani community in this area has been settled since the late 40s, early 50s. Obviously we're now in the 3rd, 4th, 5th generation. But there's a lot of nationalism within the Pakistani community, which I'm very proud of at times. How do you find the relationship with the new UK-born Pakistani young people and their identity of being a Pakistani and relationship with Pakistan itself? I mean, do you see that as being still very strong and very dynamic?
I think this is something of my interest, this topic, and I can speak at length on this topic. Talking about our first generation and second generation, which came in late 50s, 60s, early 70s even, I think their bond and with Pakistan is too strong.
Very strong, yes.
Still, you know, yesterday we had a function for Kashmir in Consulate, and I think 80% of the people attended were above the age of 60.
Right.
And I can see, you know, that passion still about Pakistan. The younger generation, though we can't compare their, you know, patriotism with the older generation, but I think still we need to work on that. And I've always said that schools, mosques, like for us, all Muslims, I think mosques are a very solid platform from where our religion, our traditions, our culture can grow in a youngster, and even schools and colleges as well. At home, I think that's the first place for any child, where a child can grow and open eyes and grow and see what is happening. So it's very important, you know, that though we talk that youngsters are going away, their patriotism is going down, but I think we all need to work together on this subject. At home, it's very important.
I've generally found that Pakistani young people are much more patriotic than, for example, Indian young people, because they seem to have much more fever towards the country of Pakistan. You know, and I've always admired that in some respects. You know, कि हमारे ये जोश है ना कि हम पाकिस्तानी हैं और हम proud of being a Pakistani. You really see that when there's a cricket match going on between England and Pakistan. And some of these kids have never been to Pakistan, probably. Yeah. Excuse me, probably. So, do you see that as a healthy sort of development?
देखें इकबाल भाई, बात ये है कि I've always, you know, even I tell my children as well, our roots, our culture, our tradition, that is inbuilt. Whatever happens, you cannot finish this from anyone's heart or mind. And why I say that Pakistanis, I will not compare Pakistanis with Indians, but what
I'm telling you that I'm an Indian.
No, but I can say that, you know, there are many factors which you can say still where kids want to go to Pakistan, they want to go and see. I think majority in this area, if you see, about 150,000 are in Bradford area. Out of 150,000, if you say 90% would be from Pakistan origin. So that's why you see more of Pakistani patriotism. But then families have been going back to Pakistan every day. Now it's an off season. Today also I issued almost 90 visas. In which 80 were family visas. So, and that number triples in during the holidays.
Yes.
So that is there. We have majority of the community here, and I think our contacts with back home are more stronger. We have always owned our own people, or and they also own us. Like if they come to us, you know, they say it's our house, and practically the consulate is their house. So I think that's mutual collaboration. It's a two-way traffic, and I must say that our elders who came in 50s and 60s, even if you go to their homes now, even if you meet them somewhere else as well outside, they still have that bond.
Yes.
And that bond is strong. Number of reasons you can say. I think during the last decade or so, if you see this Islamophobia came, racism came, I think that also, you know, inculcated more in minds that we need to express our identity.
Yes.
And it's a positive sign. You know, always if you have your own roots and culture and traditions and you do not forget those, I think it's a very healthy sign for our coming generations as well. But I can admit first and second generation were much more and are much more close to Pakistan than the present lot.
Right.
But
it's still stronger than
it's 21st century. You know,
yes.
things have changed. Education has changed. People now go out to study in different areas. They have different professions. So things do change. The world is changing as well.
Oh, definitely, yes.
But still, I think Pakistani bond and Pakistani association of our people here is more strong.
In terms of trade, obviously you talked about one of your roles is to develop trade links between Pakistan and the UK. Obviously, you know, we are going through some very interesting times in the UK with the Brexit debate, so we're not going to get into the whys and the wherefores of that. But I mean, the relationship on trade relationship between Pakistan and, you know, UK, is that growing and developing, or do you see that as I mean, I know I've spoken to you before, you see this as an opportunity for businesses in this country to invest and trade in Pakistan and vice versa as well. How is that developing? How is that progressing? And like what are the opportunities that, there must be lots of businesses who must be watching this program, inshallah. You know, उनके लिए क्या फ़ायदे हैं पाकिस्तान के अंदर invest करने का?
If we talk about post-Brexit, still we don't know what would be the final shape of Brexit, but this is a reality which will happen. And post-Brexit, I think Britain also has a window to make partners, and other countries have an opportunity to come and trade with Britain. I think this is, as I say, it's a two-way relationship. Pakistan, on the other hand, if you see for last 2.5 years, Pakistan's economic and trade graph has gone up. We've had almost about 60 billion investment from China. The CPEC corridor, the infrastructure is improving. Our trade figures are improving. If you see, there's a lot of investment now. Many neighboring countries are interested to join CPEC. So this is a positive sign.
So can you explain what CPEC is, please?
CPEC is China-Pakistan Economic Corridor.
Right.
It's transportation and industrial corridors.
Right.
From China, we have now constructed, with the help of Chinese, a deep sea port, Gwadar. And from China, we have a route through Khunjurab Pass, coming down Karakoram Highway, coming down to Gwadar, and they are eastern and western routes. And we will be having. So
this is going to be a big shipping port then.
Big shipping port. We'll be having industrial zones along those routes. First of the convoys, the truck convoy and the ship convoy has started.
Right.
But in the next few months, things will be more. They're almost 80% of infrastructure is almost complete. So we'll be going ahead with all those. Chinese have invested a lot and helped us in our energy crisis. So there is an upward trend.
We have a call.
Economy.
Somebody's just. We have a call coming in. So let me just take this call. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Who is it, please, brother, sister?
Well, it's Oscar from Manchester.
Oscar sir from Manchester. Thank you for calling us. What is your point, sir?
My point being is, you know, Pakistan, what hasn't it got? It's got everything. But, you know, if the people there haven't got any discipline, then nothing is going to work. So power without control means nothing. So Pakistan's got, no doubt it's got a lot of potential. But obviously there's issues of integrity, and, you know, if they've got a reputation of not being honest, who in the world wants to do business with them? Now, if you change that, and obviously business is just based on one thing, trust. If Pakistan becomes a nation that is trustworthy, the whole world would want to be there and do business with them.
So what you're saying is Pakistan's reputation in the business sector is not as good as it should be?
Well, it's clear to see. I mean, we forget Pakistan, but look at the people from Pakistan living here. You know, they've got a reputation for being dishonest. That's a reality.
Well, I mean, we can't generalize. Obviously, every community has got their own bad apples as well. We can't generalize it.
No,
you know.
It's not about generalizing, but you've got to look at the facts then. You can't ignore reality. The reality is, if you go to the prisons, What are they filled with? Are they filled with Hindus, Sikhs? They're filled, vast majority, with Pakistanis.
So what is your solution then? What can our diplomats do, in your opinion, that will help change that situation?
They have to basically instill discipline. Look, they say Islam's a Muslim country. Fair enough, it's a Muslim country. But if you call yourself a Muslim country, then you have to then hold them ideals to account, being integrity, honesty, fairness. These are Islamic principles.
I totally agree with you.
Pakistan
yes.
doesn't want to use them, which is fine. Then the recipe is for disaster.
Right.
If any country in the world that does use those principles, they're going to be successful.
Inshallah.
Britain,
Inshallah.
Britain, who doesn't want to do business with Britain? Why? Because it has developed this reputation. I'm not saying there's not crooks here. There's crooks all over the world. But percentages, if the percentages are small, makes no difference. If the percentages are large, then a society...
I mean, let me thank you for making that wonderful point. I mean, I never in a million years thought I'd ever go to Pakistan. But then a few years ago, after the floods happened, I and a few of my Gujarati friends and one Pakistani friend raised £130,000 for the victims of the flood disaster. And then we gave that money to Islamic Relief. And then a year later, Islamic Relief insisted that we should go and look at how that money had been used. And although I said no initially, they forced me to come along, to come and visit the country. Yeah, and that was the only reason I managed to get to Pakistan. And I went to PK and Multan and places like that. And I must say that I'm of Indian origin. I went to India for the first time in my life at the age of 50. And that's the first time I went to India in my life. But I must say that what I witnessed in Pakistan in terms of the natural beauty and the natural resources that Pakistan ke paas hai na, far outweighs what India has got and many other countries. So in that sense, Pakistan is a very naturally rich country and nation, there's no doubt about it. But obviously I agree in part with you that the infrastructure, and this means institutional organizations, as well as the infrastructure needs to be looked at. So thank you, Asghar Saab. Very good points you raised there. I'll ask Ahmed Saab to respond to that.
Yes, I would like to respond to him. I think number one, as you said, we cannot generalize that Pakistanis are bad or Pakistanis are not, like he used the word integrity. I will not use that because that's a very harsh word. We are proud to be Pakistanis, and we love our country. Everywhere pluses and minuses are there. Good people are there, bad people are there. But I will only talk about figures. Yesterday I was reading a report. 5 years back, Karachi was number 5th dangerous city in the world. Now that 5th has gone to number 50 in the world.
Achha.
Islamabad is now 224th city in that ratio. So there is an improvement. If you see a UN Human Index, which Pakistan doesn't develop, Pakistan's UN Human Index is better than India. We have jumped from 140 to around 119, I think.
Right.
Ease of doing business. This report is published by the United Nations, not by Pakistan. We have jumped from 150 to 105 or 6, I think. So these are improvements.
We need to go for a break. So
I'll
let you finish.
Let me finish, please. And if China, the world's biggest economy and a superpower, is investing $60 billion of investment, this is not easy.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, they trust on Pakistan.
Yeah, we'll have to
and I'll continue.
We'll continue when you get back.
Yes.
Brothers and sisters, I hope so far you've enjoyed everything. Ahmed Amjad Saab is a fantastic guest to have here, and I'm sure we're all learning something new and something very positive as well. Inshallah, we'll come back. Don't go away. I'll see you soon. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.